What's up, Wolf Pack? Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. My name is Sara Michele, and we are doing a Jurassic World Dominion movie review. Now, I am going to be saying some spoilers in this review, so if you haven't seen it yet, please go see it and come back to me. We can talk in the comments of what you want to talk about, and yes, there will probably be spoilers in the comments, so please don't go there. I highly enjoyed this film. I really do. Ever since I was a kid, I always loved dinosaurs and wanted to know how would it be like in life to live with dinosaurs. And I kind of got that question answered, only I wish this movie would talk about how the ecosystem would be. They did talk, like, especially at the end, how dinosaurs and humans and animals would have to basically live together. But if you introduce an animal that is not that's not in the ecosystem of a state or a place or a country, then it can kill all your natural birds, all your natural animals. So I thought that was one thing that was missing. Another one that I didn't really like is there was some like CGI spots that were like, ooh, maybe you shouldn't put that in there, because it's interesting how there was like blue and then there was like snow, and then it's like something seemed off about that. Maybe it was like the CGI incorporating the environment, but I don't know, I just really didn't care for that because I thought it looked like kind of a little bit choppy when they were in Malta and those other raptors were chasing after Owen and they were chasing after Claire. There was like one like head-on shot that I really didn't care for, and like, again with blue in the snow, it's just like, ooh, maybe that wasn't a good decision on that part to do that. The scene where Claire was faced with the Dilophosaurus and it was showing its like frills and it was about to spit, I thought was very awkward when Owen Grady grabbed its neck and kind of pushed it that way. I didn't really like, because it was like almost like him grabbing a prop and it just like moving like this. I know that's like really small and like really stupid, but I don't know. Something about that like sat wrong with me. I don't know why, but I just didn't really care for that one. Now let's talk about the good. I love the nostalgia factor of this. I thought seeing Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Be Still My Heart, I loved them. I will always love them. That movie, the original Jurassic Park, you could put it against any movie of today and I think it would still be the best. It's the best classic movie in my opinion. When I was growing up, that was a real big deal in my household. It was like Jurassic Park and then the original Star Wars movies that I grew up on. Those were the best movies. And then I also really liked Chris Pratt. I really liked Bryce Dallas Howard, especially Bryce Dallas Howard. She is amazing. I am jumping on the fanship for her. She was excellent in this movie. The gal that played Maisie, she's great. I hope she's in many more movies because she's amazing. Sometimes you see like the films, they put like the human and the dinosaur in like the same kind of like level, but this movie, it made you feel like really small. Like our heroes were standing in front of the huge giant Gigasaurus and you could actually feel like you were looking at something that was so big, monstrous, and insane looking. I thought that was very well done. I was watching like a spoiler-free review before I went to see this movie, and one of the points that she brought up was like, oh, you're living with dinosaurs, why aren't they like doing like, oh. Well, if you listen to the movie, these dinosaurs have been released for like 4 years. So people had like 4 years to adapt to them coming into their lawns and like life. Like that huge dinosaur was in that, like, I think it was like a construction site or something like that with dealing with trees. They lit a flare and those dinosaurs just walked with the flare. And that's how they survived. That's how the humans were getting smarter in working with dinosaurs. So I thought that was a pretty cool touch. And we do have some brand new characters in this movie. I really like Ramsey. I thought he was really, really cool. Very interesting character, and I'm glad that him and Jeff Goldblum's character were kind of in cahoots together. That's another word I can't say, apparently. Along with that, we get to know about Maisie, and like, if she was actually a clone, or was she not a clone. So, spoiler alert, she's actually a human. Another thing about, I told you this is like an ADHD thing. Everything that comes to my mind I'm like spitting out. But these locusts, they were so big, and when we get to see Laura Dern's character, she is in these farms across the Midwest wanting to know why are these crops dying, and if you're using biosyn crops, they are alive, but if you were using something like natural kind of seeds, that these locusts are flocking to those and destroying the crops. And these locusts are huge. Oh my god. I looked at them like, what the heck? And then they said, oh, this is like a locust from like the late Cretaceous period. I said, whoa, can you imagine just trying to live your life in the Cretaceous period and you have a bug or something like that big. That thing is huge. I honestly thought that B.D. Wong was gonna die in this film. I thought that they were gonna get rid of like one of the big villains in the previous movies, but then like you slowly see that he is trying to get forgiveness. He's trying to right his wrongs, and I really liked that kind of story for him. And it was good that he did survive, even though I thought he was going to get smashed by the Giga T-Rex fight. Like I said earlier, the CGI was like so-so on some points. I really love Blue. I think she's great. Even though she's a dinosaur, she is pretty much a main character. And her part was great. It's a lot smaller than the previous movies, and especially with the T-Rex. The T-Rex most definitely was like the shortest part for her. I did enjoy that like Malta scene where Claire and Owen were trying to get rid of those raptors. They were like climbing and running away from, and in the back of my mind I'm like, wow, she can outrun a T-Rex and she can outrun raptors. Wow. But that whole scene was pretty good. That black market scene was good. It was sad as well because you see all these poor little animals against their will trying to be sold, and it's sad. And those Dilophosaurus, that guy, that evil slime ball, let's talk about him for like two. He got what he just deserved. That was great. I thought it was great when that Barbasol can was rolling down. I thought that was a great touch to the originals, where the gentleman in the first Jurassic Park film died because of the Dilophosaurus, and because he was very greedy as well as our main villain in this new Jurassic World film. I also think when they were lighting those locusts on fire, and he's standing in front of the glass, and you see all these like locusts on fire. I thought that was a beautiful scene. It's terrifying what happened to the locusts and that everything is burning, the burning of the evidence. But I thought the camera was perfectly behind him, showing this like silhouette and all this fire in front of I thought, perfectly done. And if you know me well, you know that that I love Jeff Goldblum. I love Jeff Goldblum. He did magnificent in this film. I called him like Jeff Goldblum isms when his like voice goes into like a certain kind of a groove kind of a voice. I love that. I love seeing Sam Neill. I cannot stop gushing about the originals because that's what I was like as a kid. Can you imagine being a kid now and seeing Jurassic World with your parents? And seeing these like dinosaurs that you read in books or go to the museums for, or movies. Like I had the animated movies, Land Before Time, library movies that I'd watch religiously. Seeing that on like a big screen with like someone like Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, that just brings this action. It's great all around. It's great feeling like being a kid again at the box office. It was great. I loved this movie. And like another critique, she said that, you know, you can hire a voiceover that was so much better. But if you think about it, this person that made this documentary in the beginning of the film, this person's probably in college. There's like no voiceover professional stuff, because it looked like a documentary style that you would do in college. Good movie. I highly recommend it. Ooh, those three movies are great. I really loved Jurassic World, but Jurassic Park is my favorite. But yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, to comment. What is your favorite Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie? Jurassic Park, the first one, is my favorite. I'm not really a big fan of the second or the third in Jurassic Park series, but I kind of like all these Jurassic World movies. It was really well done, besides, you know, the beginning gripes of what I had to say, but all in all, it was really good. I really liked it. Subscribe, become a member of the Wolf Pack. Remember, stay safe. I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Bye, y'all.